quality, safety, engineering leadership, and of course, breathtaking design. At the same time, they underline the new values that gain importance, including best-in-class connectivity, digitalization, infotainment, and driver.
Understand that a car, on one hand, is just an object that gets you from A to B. But once you add craftsmanship, once you add sort of attention to detail, all of a sudden that trip from A to B can become an experience. And I think within well-designed things, that experience stays with you and leaves a lasting impact. So for me, an instance like the Maybach has this sort of transcendent quality that transforms just a trip from A to B to something that stays with you.
I can only agree. A trip in a Maybach is definitely memorable. And there's an ever-growing number of people seeking this special experience. Last year, we presented 12,000 exclusive units of the Maybach S-Class to customers around the world. This year, we extended the family with the Maybach GLS. And I'm sure this new Maybach S-Class will keep the fan base growing. We can see tremendous potential for this brand. That's why we're planning to cautiously grow and ultimately double our Maybach production to meet the demand. Of course, we're talking about the higher end of sophisticated luxury here. Driving a Maybach will always remain a sign of distinction and exclusivity. We're honored that the Maybach S-Class particularly made fans in China, a market with some of the most demanding customers in the world. What do they expect? Let's hear from someone in the know. Jiang Xiong-er, CEO and Creative Director of Shangxia.
I think today's China and the Chinese people, we are becoming more and more international. Even though we're still strongly and deeply connected with our own cultural roots. But I think the definition of the essence of luxury, it is international. It is about time and emotion. It's like a woman and a man. When we are in love, when your heart is touched by or attracted by another, you will feel that your heart beating faster, that kind of, in Chinese we call 心动的感觉. The feeling of, this kind of heart has been attracted or touched. I think that as long as a product has that effect, the desire, the desirability is right there.
Well, I do think we've packed a lot of emotion into this car. You know what really convinces people? The full experience. Feeling it, sensing it, driving, as well as being driven in a Maybach is unparalleled. It's the serene feeling of being home on the road. Even before we get into the car, here's an exclusive Maybach feature I'm sure you will love. That's pretty neat, right? For the first time ever, we've got comfort doors that can open automatically, controlled from the driver's seat or with this key here. Of course, the car makes sure it's safe for other road users before opening its doors. Once inside, you can close them with a simple gesture. Honestly, as soon as this door closes, my personal recreation begins. I'm calming down, enjoying the moment after a long day. And calmness starts with silence. The S-Class is best in class when it comes to interior silence. And the Maybach S-Class, again, goes that one step further. With active driving noise compensation, counter noise actively creates silence. And the result is amazing. Sitting here is like putting on a pair of noise-canceling headphones. Again, you have to experience it to really get a sense what all this means for Maybach passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, desirability is a very individual concept, of course. It's created in the heads, and even more so, in the hearts of people. It's far more than the sum of its parts. But it helps when every single part is done to perfection. Like that French bread I mentioned earlier. We are in the business of building the world's most desirable cars. And I can't wait to get this beauty into the showrooms starting next spring, and to hear your feedback on it. Before we get to that, let's take this beauty on a virtual tour to some of the most desirable places in the world.